Imagine this. Years of grinding, extra hours, sleepless nights. They finally pay off. You buy your dream supercar. You're finally that guy. Fastest thing on the road. So you send it on the freeway.
One kiss is all it takes.
You just got gapped by a Costco cruiser getting his butt massaged in his 24-way power adjustable RS Sport seats with heating, ventilation, massage memory, lumbar support, adjustable bolsters, extendable fly support, Alcantara leather upholstery, RS embossing, carbon back option, and driver profile sync. These sedans aren't just quick anymore. With a few mods, they're putting down insane numbers on the dyno. And even straight from the factory, 700 plus horsepower has become the new normal now. Track, street, drag strip. German Autobahn missiles aren't chasing supercars anymore. They're embarrassing them. An Audi RS7 600 horses, 627 pound-feet of torque, or the AMG GT63 hybrid, pushing close to 850 horsepower. And don't even get me started on electric cars. The Lucid Air Sapphire, over 1050 horsepower, or the Xiaomi SU7 Ultra Pro Max, 1548 horsepower, for around 70 grand. And this isn't just straight line nonsense. On the track, these things are violent, breaking lap records, embarrassing purpose-built supercars. But the question remains, how on earth have these cars gotten so fast? It all started way back in the 1960s, when Mercedes decided to do something insane. They took a big fat V8 from a limousine and dropped it into a normal-sized luxury sedan. For a while that idea kept evolving, but it wasn't until the late 80s that German engineers pushed insanity to the streets. BMW took an actual supercar engine from the M1 and put it into a family sedan. That moment changed everything. It marked the first time the term super sedan was truly earned. Still, there was a problem. These cars had the power, but they didn't have the grip or handling of Italian supercars. But that was all about to change, because Group B and DTM didn't just create rally and track monsters. They changed road cars forever. Audi took that technology and brought quattro all-wheel drive to the streets. First with the RS2 Avant, and later the RS4 and RS6. Suddenly these sedans weren't just fast. They launched like rockets. For the first time, four-door cars could actually put the power down. And just when that problem was solved, a much bigger one appeared, not in the cars, but with the engineers. As the cars started to adopt the new technology and were able to handle the power, the German engineers decided to push it even further, putting race-bred V10s inspired by Formula 1 into their family sedans. The BMW M5 E60, a glorious screaming V10 that could haunt your dreams. Audi wasn't about to be left behind. They slipped the Lamborghini V10 into the RS6. Mercedes? Oh, Mercedes? V12s, turbo strapped on. But soon, reality tried to slow them down. Emissions laws, safety regulations, and limits whispered, but the engineers didn't care. Active suspension, rear steer electronic differentials. The cars just got faster. And it wasn't just the Germans anymore. Italians, Americans, Brits. Everyone joined the arms race. Then Jaguar dropped the Project 8. Suddenly, a four-door sedan officially earned the title the Supercar Killer, beating Lambos and Ferraris on track. If this madness wasn't enough, the tuning shops decided factory wasn't the limit. They took cars that were already stupid fast and made them completely unhinged. ECU rewrites, bigger turbos, custom exhausts that sounded like war crimes. Suddenly, four-door sedans were running sub-10-second quarter miles, numbers that used to belong to full-blown drag cars. And that was just the beginning. This is when the sleeper era took over the car scene. Cars that looked normal, quiet paint, stock wheels, zero drama, but under the radar, absolute violence. These sleepers weren't chasing attention, they were deleting supercars. Brabus Rocket, a luxury Mercedes turned into a missile. Alpina B5 Biturbo, refined, comfortable, and fast enough to make exotics question their life choices. No wings, no screaming for attention, just four doors, leather seats, and disrespect. At this point, supercars weren't just being beaten, they were being hunted by cars you'd never see coming.
Meanwhile,
We are facing bankruptcy. We need a literal miracle to save this company. Sir, how about we make our electric cars actually affordable with decent driving range?
I'm not fucking joking.
What if we just put 1,000 horsepower in our toaster instead?
Fuck yes.
It started with the Tesla Model S Plaid, a full-size luxury sedan. 4 doors, no engine noise. And then it started doing things that made no sense. Sub 2-second launches, instant torque, supercars getting erased before they could even shift. No warm-up, no drama, just gone. Then Lucid hopped on. The Lucid Air Sapphire, over 1,050 horsepower, a luxury sedan that pulls like a fighter jet. Silent, smooth, and violent in a way combustion cars just couldn't match. And then things got weird. China started pumping out hypercar numbers at 5-figure price. The Xiaomi SU7 Ultra Pro Max, 1,048 horsepower, 4 doors, all electric, and the price around $70,000. At this point, this wasn't evolution anymore. It was a reset. Supercars were built around engines. These sedans were built around torque. And when torque is instant, there's nothing to react to. The definition of a supercar is dead, not because supercars failed, but because speed and numbers stopped being rare. Speed is no longer exclusive. Sub 3-second launches are everywhere. 700, 800 horsepower, that doesn't shock anyone anymore. And 4 doors are no longer a compromise. Family sedans now out-accelerate supercars. They run close, sometimes identical lap times, and they do it while being comfortable, quiet, and actually usable. The new Flex, just not trying. No drama, no noise, just 4 doors, a silent launch, and not caring. Still winning. This is the new normal. Speed didn't disappear, it became casual. But supercars are adapting. They're going back to their roots, away from straight line wars, back to exotic shapes, smooth curves, screaming engines, and that raw feeling that was starting to disappear. And in the end, maybe this was the best thing that could have happened. Because super sedans didn't kill the supercar, they forced it to evolve. They forced brands to innovate, and they gave the power back to the driver. So here's the real question. Are supercars actually finished, or were they never meant to win straight line wars in the first place? Have they just become show cars now, or are they finally going back to what they were built for? Smooth curves, exotic design, and destroying twisty roads.